All right, so you're gearing up for a call center interview. Well, today we're diving deep into some common interview questions, all thanks to this Indeed article. We're going to help you really stand out from the other candidates.
You know, it's amazing. These call center roles, I mean, the industry is just booming. We're talking healthcare, tech, finance. So many companies rely on call centers these days.
It's true. It's a great field to be in, that's for sure. So, okay. This Indeed article starts off with a pretty basic question. How would you describe the role of a call center representative? It seems simple enough, but
Yeah, you'd think so, right?
yeah,
But a lot of people, they just give a surface level answer, talk about answering calls, resolving issues.
that's like the very basics.
Exactly. But to impress those hiring managers, you've got to connect the role to like the bigger picture, you know? Think about the rise of automation and omnichannel customer service, showing you understand these trends. That tells them you're thinking ahead.
So it's not just about filling the position, it's about bringing something new, some insight.
Exactly. And you can even tie in your own skills and experience to those trends. Like if you've worked with CRM systems or have experience in a fast-paced multi-channel environment, that's gold. Weave that into your answer.
I see, I see. Okay, well, the article also digs into essential skills for the role. The question is, what are the most important skills for a call center representative? So I'm guessing it's more than just, knowing how to work a phone.
Oh yeah, way more. It lists things like empathy, active listening, speaking clearly, solving problems, and of course, time management.
Okay, that makes sense. But one that jumps out at me is active listening. I feel like that's a bit of a buzzword these days. What does it actually mean in the context of, like, a call center?
So it's not just about hearing what the customer is saying. Imagine, right, a customer calls in totally frustrated about a billing error. An average rep might just, follow the script, fix the error, and move on.
Right, right.
But someone really good who's using active listening, they'll pick up on that frustration, acknowledge it, maybe even apologize for the inconvenience sincerely.
So it's about a genuine connection, going beyond just fixing the problem.
Exactly. And you can actually demonstrate that right there in the interview.
Mm-hmm.
Pay close attention, ask questions to clarify things, and show you're really engaged in what they're saying.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way. That's good advice. Okay, so the article also talks about the importance of, like, having a good attitude, which seems kind of obvious, but I'm guessing there's more to it than just, smiling.
Oh, yeah, for sure. In a call center, you're basically the face of the company to that customer, right?
Yeah,
Your attitude, your tone, it all reflects back on the brand. So a positive attitude, that can totally transform a bad experience into a good one.
makes sense. So it's not just about being nice, it's good for business, too.
Absolutely. A good attitude can be a real asset.
All right, well, let's move on to the next question. It's how do you define quality customer service? I'm curious to see how they unpack that one.
So this one is all about, showcasing your understanding of what excellent service really looks like. It's not just meeting metrics, it's exceeding expectations.
Yeah, because the article mentions being able to empathize with a customer and view their issues as your own. That's pretty powerful when you think about it.
It is, yeah. It goes beyond just solving the problem at hand. It's about really stepping into their shoes.
Feeling their frustration.
Right. And wanting to genuinely help them.
Okay, now we've got what steps do you take when speaking with a customer? Is this like, are we talking about a strict script here or?
Not really. It's more about you, like showcasing your process and your structure, your own personal roadmap for each interaction.
And the sample answer talks about personalization, like even using the customer's name can make a big difference.
It's all about those little touches. Makes the interaction feel, human.
Right, not robotic. Okay, we'll get ready for this one. How do you handle calls from dissatisfied customers? We all know dealing with frustrated people can be tough.
Yeah, for sure. This question is all about you showcasing your resilience. Can you stay calm under pressure? Can you de-escalate a tense situation? Because that's what they want to see.
And the article suggests using the STAR method to answer this one. Can you break that down for our listeners?
So the STAR method is a great way to structure your answers, especially for behavioral questions like this. It stands for situation, task, action, and result. Basically, you're telling a short story to demonstrate your skills.
So instead of just saying, like, I'm great at handling difficult customers, I'd tell a story about a specific situation, what I did, and the outcome.
Exactly. And the Indeed article actually gives a good example of how to use it for this specific question. It talks about a rep who calmed down a frustrated customer whose order was delayed.
Okay, so be specific and really showcase those problem-solving skills.
Yeah.
This is making me realize storytelling is pretty important in these interviews. It's not just about listening skills, it's about bringing them to life.
That's a great way to put it. A good story, it can make you memorable.
Makes you stand out.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome back. We're diving right back into those tricky call center interview questions.
We're still working with this awesome Indeed article, giving you all the tools to craft those perfect answers.
One thing that really stands out to me is how much emphasis there is on like soft skills in these questions.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about technical stuff.
Yeah, I've noticed that too.
It's all about active listening, empathy, having a positive attitude. Seems like those qualities are just as important as knowing the technical stuff.
It makes sense though, right? I mean, you're the first person the customer talks to, so being able to connect with them and, make them feel heard
Mhm.
is huge.
It's true. And that's something you can even show off in the interview itself. Be engaging, be enthusiastic, let your personality come through.
Show them you're a real person.
Exactly, because that human connection, it can make all the difference. Okay, are you ready for more questions?
Hit me with them.
Okay, so remember that last one we talked about handling those difficult customers? Well, this next one is a classic. Tell me about yourself. Now, it sounds super open-ended, but there's definitely a strategic way to approach it.
Yeah, because it can be a bit daunting when you think about it. You don't know where to even start.
Right. But think of it as an opportunity to tell your own story. Highlight your strengths and connect them to the specific role you're interviewing for.
So, not just like reciting my resume.
No, no, no. It's about showcasing the qualities that make you a great fit for this particular job.
Okay, I like that.
So focus on things like, your passion for customer service, or maybe your ability to handle those really tough situations, your problem-solving skills. But always tie it back to real examples from your experience.
Show them you've been there, done that.
Exactly. Make them see why you are the perfect person to be, like the face of their company.
The article also mentioned tailoring your answer to the company culture, which, yeah, makes sense.
Right, because it shows you've done your research and that you're actually interested in being part of their team.
Shows you're not just sending out a generic application to every company out there.
Exactly. Okay, ready for another one?
Bring it on.
All right, this one's common too. Why are you interested in this role? Seems pretty straightforward, but I bet there's more to it than just saying, I need a job.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely been guilty of that in the past.
Yeah, we all have. But here's your chance to really explain what excites you about this specific opportunity. What aspects of the role align with your skills and interests. What are you hoping to learn? What can you contribute?
Yeah, because it's also a great chance to show your enthusiasm for the company itself, right? Like maybe you've used their products before or you really like their mission statement.
That's a great point. Let that genuine interest shine through. Because passion, it's contagious.
Yeah.
And hiring managers, they love to see that.
Okay, well, how about this question? This one always makes me a bit nervous. What are your greatest strengths and weaknesses?
Oh, yeah, this one. It can feel like a trap.
It totally does.
But honestly, it's just a chance to show some self-awareness. When you talk about your strengths, choose things that are actually relevant to the job and back them up with specific examples.
So not just, I'm a hard worker, tell a story.
Exactly. Make it memorable, make it tangible. And when you talk about your weaknesses, be honest, but choose something you're actively trying to improve. Frame it in a positive light.
So like instead of saying, I'm a terrible procrastinator, I could say, I'm working on my time management skills.
That's perfect.
Mhm.
Shows you're self-aware and that you're committed to growth.
Nobody's perfect.
You got it. Okay, ready for some more call center specific questions?
I think so. Bring them on.
Okay, here's one. How do you handle stress and pressure? We all know call centers can be pretty intense.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So they need to know you can stay calm and collected even when things get crazy.
Keep a cool head.
Exactly. This is where it's all about your ability to stay calm, think clearly, and manage your emotions. Maybe talk about, I don't know, deep breathing exercises or taking those little breaks to de-stress.
And the article, it mentions staying focused on the customer even when you're feeling the pressure.
Which is so important. It's about putting their experience first. Finding solutions even when you're stressed.
That takes real resilience.
It really does. Can you bounce back from setbacks? Can you handle difficult interactions, gracefully and professionally? Because that's what they're looking for.
Okay, here's another one. Tell me about a time you went above and beyond for a customer. This is your chance to really shine, I think.
It is. So think of a time when you, totally exceeded expectations. When you really went the extra mile, maybe you spent extra time explaining something complicated or you followed up with a customer to make sure everything was okay.
Show them you care.
Right. It's about showing initiative and empathy and that you genuinely want to provide amazing service.
And it's not about bragging.
No, not at all. It's
Yeah.
just about illustrating your commitment to customer satisfaction.
And creating those positive experiences.
Exactly. Okay, here's another one that can be tricky. How do you handle conflict with a coworker? Call centers, it's all about teamwork. So being able to navigate those interpersonal challenges is super important.
For sure, you're going to have to work with other people.
Right. So this question is all about you demonstrating your communication and conflict resolution skills. Focus on your ability to listen, to understand different perspectives,
Right.
and to find that common ground,
The article talks about staying professional even when things get heated.
which is key. It's about finding a solution that benefits the whole team.
And sometimes conflict can even be a good thing, right?
You're absolutely right. If it's handled the right way, it can be an opportunity for growth and learning.
So don't be afraid of it.
No, not at all. Embrace it.
Well, this has been such an insightful deep dive so far. We've learned so much.
I know. We've gone through so many questions, talked about those all-important soft skills, and even learned how to structure our answers.
But wait, there's more.
There is. In the next part, we're going to cover even more questions and give you even more tips. So stay tuned.
We're back and ready to wrap up our call center interview prep.
We've covered a lot of ground already, but we still got a few more questions to tackle, just to make sure you're totally ready to impress those hiring managers.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay, this next question, it can be a bit intimidating. What are your salary expectations? It always feels a little awkward talking about money.
It does. But it's a question that comes up in almost every interview, so you got to be prepared.
For sure.
So before the interview, do your research. Look up typical salaries for similar roles in your area. Websites like Glassdoor and Salary.com, they can be super helpful.
They're great resources.
Yeah, for sure. And the article, it emphasizes being realistic, but also knowing your worth.
Right, because you don't want to sell yourself short.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's about finding that balance. You don't want to undervalue yourself, but you also got to be aware of the company's budget and, industry standards.
Makes sense. So how do you actually answer the question?
Well, you can give them a range,
Yeah.
based on your research. And be prepared to talk about other benefits and compensation factors, too.
So it's a conversation.
Exactly. All right, you ready for another one?
Hit me.
Okay, this is your chance to really make a strong final impression. Why should we hire you?
Ooh, yeah, this is a big one.
It is. It's like your closing argument. You've told them about your skills, your experience, your passion. Now, you got to summarize why you are the perfect person for this job.
Why I'm the best choice.
Right. What makes you stand out from everyone else? What unique skills or experiences do you bring? And what contributions are you ready to make?
And don't forget to show your enthusiasm for the company.
Absolutely. Let them see that you're excited about the opportunity. Because that energy, it's contagious.
Okay, now for the classic question that always throws me off. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, especially in a field like this, things are always changing, so how do you even answer that?
Yeah, it's tricky for sure. I mean, with new technologies and everything, it's hard to predict the future.
Right. Who knows where we'll be in 5 years?
Exactly. But you need to still use this question to show them your ambition, and that you're thinking ahead.
Okay, so how do I do that?
Well, you can talk about your desire to learn and grow within the company. Maybe mention specific areas that interest you or your hopes of, I don't know, moving into a leadership role someday.
So even if I don't have a, super specific plan, I can still talk about my goals.
Exactly. Just show them that you're motivated, that you're adaptable, and that you're in it for the long haul.
I like it. Well, I think we've covered just about everything.
I think so, too. From active listening to salary expectations, we've really gone deep on these interview questions.
We've given our listeners all the tools they need to ace that interview.
Absolutely. Remember, preparation is key. Practice your answers, do your research on the company, and most importantly, be yourself. Let your personality shine through.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Well, that's it for this deep dive into call center interview questions. We've got tons more career advice coming your way, so be sure to stay tuned for future episodes.
Good luck with your interviews, everyone. We're rooting for you.